Yeah, there was a part of that understanding of allowing that finally clicked in was actually another teacher that was talking about permission and to let something be, or to let myself have something, or give myself permission to have something. And that connected me to that word allowing. And
Permission's an interesting word because it usually means somebody else has the power that they're giving or taking from you, which is never the case. And permission's even a really weird word to use for yourself. I give myself permission for what? Could you give yourself permission to cease to be in this moment? You could, but usually things don't fall from the sky that fast. In other words, permission, talk more about that. Because permission is a control word. So let's turn permission into an allowing word.
Yeah.
In other words, I love myself enough to feel good. Because permission is like, okay, I'll give up all the rights and wrongs and just give myself permission to be an extension of source energy. It's a tricky word. It's a tricky feeling. I gave my kids permission to do what they would have done anyway if I hadn't given them permission. They just would have gotten sneakier.
Well, it may just be that I heard it said as I was diving into that teacher, and that teacher is Bashar, if anyone's interested, and I would definitely recommend it just because it gives some other perspectives that, of course, connect with yours, but from a different vantage point. But I think the idea of going with the flow, or...
Well, you know what we do with words?
Yeah.
Because words don't really matter because we're all communicating vibrationally. But when a word increases resistance, then we choose a word that is less likely to do that. That's all. A perfectly fine word. And Bashar is a wonderful teacher, and we recommend that too. But we're just saying, we're fine-tuning all the time. Every day, you're living another experience. Not to nitpick, but...
Let's do it.
Esther said one day to us, why don't all the teachers teach similarly? And we say, if all the students were in the same place, all the teachers would say the same thing. But everybody's in a different sort of place. So do you ever give anyone permission, or do you not believe that you have the capacity to hold permission away from anyone?
Yeah, I think I do. I think that's a part of human life.
Say more?
Well, I have an employer. I have a spouse. I have parents.
Yeah.
And I think going both ways, honestly, with all of those people, I would say there's permission that happens in there. Boundaries is something that also I would put in that category. And it's psychological, and I've backed off of psychology, but I also think that those words are useful.
We agree with you. We just want to add another part to that, and that is that the permission that you are actually giving all day, every day, is a vibrational one. So when you are really angry, you give the law of attraction permission to bring everything angry in nature to you. In other words, the law of attraction is not asking for permission, it just has it. It's like no one's asking permission for that car to end up in the bay. The physics are just going to take it there. And so it's about the way everything works, isn't it? What we like to do in gatherings like this, people will say to us, Abraham, you're teaching that we create our life experiences. But that can't be right because I know I would not have done this to myself. And then we say, we didn't say you did it on purpose. But we do say that you did do it because you accomplished a vibrational frequency that the law of attraction responded to. So people are giving permission to the law of attraction all day, every day, and don't even know they're doing it because it's a word to them rather than an emotion. You see what we're getting at?
I do.
That's all. And we know that's what Bashar meant too. In other words, you give your permission by what you give your attention to. You give your permission by the way you move through the world and the way you feel. When you practice being angry for a long period of time, you have more and more and more reasons to be angry. So let's turn permission into an allowing word.
Yeah.
Words don't really matter because we're all communicating vibrationally. When a word increases resistance, then we choose a word that is less likely to do that. You did do it because you accomplished a vibrational frequency that the law of attraction responded to. You give your permission by what you give your attention to.